and today I'm going to be showing you how to do natural beauty. So it's very simple to do. It's so easy. The shadows that I use in my kits really have great transfer ability. There's some shadows that are out there where when you pick it up with your finger or with a brush, it goes onto your finger or the brush really well, but then when you put it on, it doesn't show up. It's so frustrating. There's so many shadows out there that are like that. It's just a bad example of how companies sometimes just put products out and it's all about the marketing, not really about the quality of the products, not the quality of the shadows. So my shadows, I really do have shadows that they really do the job. So you don't need a lot. You can pick it up and the color comes off. So let's get started. I have my foundation, I have a little bit of bronzer. I actually did my eyebrows today. My hair, ridiculous. I really need to get it done. This is just taking it too far. I'm gonna start with this color, the second color in the palette. I'm just gonna pick it up with my finger. I'm also going to be mixing it. I like to do this a lot with my shadows. I just like to kick them up a little bit, but absolutely, I'll do some other videos where I'm just using these palettes straight on, not mixing it. But I like to mix with this palette. My Cosette mini palette, it's a crystal cream palette. These cream shadows are amazing. I use a lot of these as a liner or to kick up my liner. And these ones I use with my eyeshadows. So I'm gonna be mixing in with this one. It's just a very neutral kind of champagne color. And when I mix it with the powder, the shadow, it just makes a really cool look. It just gives a little bit more brightness because I like to brighten up faces and I like to make the eyes look more lifted. So I'm picking up this color with my finger. So it's right on my finger. And I'm picking up this color also with my finger. So it's a little combination. I'm putting it right on the center of my lid and I'm going up a little bit. So it's a very light color, very sheer, but it does the job. It just shows up just a little bit. So I'm adding a little bit more because I want to get it the right intensity because I want it to kind of brighten up my eyes, my whole face. So I'm putting it on the lid close to the lash line and going up towards the eyebrow. So I'm going to quickly do the other side. So the next color I'm going to do is underneath the brow. So I'm just using this color, the first color. It's more of like a nude powder. It's not a nude, it's a nude shadow. And I pick it up using both sides of the brush. I pick it up like that. I never smash my brush into the palette, never, because you'll damage the shadows. And I'm gonna go right under the brow. I'm just gonna dab some, I flip the brush over. I'm just dabbing it right underneath my eyebrow. Going all the way over. And then what I'm gonna do is brush back and forth. So I'm going right over that edge line. The next color, I'm using my favorite brush, my crease brush. I'm gonna have all the products I'm using listed below, but this one I love. It does so much with so little. So I'm gonna go into these two colors. So I'm just laying the brush down. I'm not really pressing in again. I don't like to do that. I just lay the brush down, pick up the colors, and I'm going into the crease. So I'm going in the crease and I'm dabbing. I'm not brushing. I'm really laying the brush down. It looks like I'm going back and forth a lot, but I'm not. I'm just dabbing the brush around. And I'm going up a little higher. So I can go down to the outer corner like that and then go up into the crease, in the crease and above. The trick to lifting your eyes is going above the crease. Now, if you have a lot of brow, or you don't have that much area between your brow and your lid, go up as high as you can. Create that crease, go above where your natural crease is and lift it up. That's the secret to having lifted eyes with makeup. So you can see how much lifted I did, and I'm gonna go even a little more on the outer part. So going all the way over by where it reaches out towards the eyebrow. So don't be afraid to go in that area. It's not a dark shadow. It's a brighter shadow. So you can even see now it's lifting the eyes. I'm gonna show you on this side, if you just went into the crease, what a difference it would be. So I'm just picking up a little bit of color. Oh. So I'm just picking up a little bit of color, and I'm gonna go right into the crease as if you were just gonna do it right here. So this is how you're taught a lot of times, to just go in the crease. So now when you look, you don't even see that color. You see a little bit, which is fine if you want a very soft look, but I like to lift my eyes. If I'm gonna wear makeup, it better be doing something. It better just lift. I don't just like having color on my face. I like it to do something. So I want it to lift and brighten up my face. So by doing that, it's going higher. So the other trick is not using really dark colors. So these two colors, it's like a pink and kind of like a sandy, I don't know how to explain it, like a little, so it's a pink and maybe like a little pinkish brown color. It's like the pink and a little peachy brown color. So it's those two colors mixed together. So it's not making it too bright and it's not making it too brown. So I'm going in again, and you can mix it however you want. If you want it to be more pink, add more pink. If you want it to be more nude color, go into the peachy brown color. So I'm going around on that outer corner, lifting it up towards the edge of the eyebrow. And now you can just look and see if you need more in any area. So now you can just add if you need, otherwise we'll move on to the next step. Now you're done with the crease. You can always add a little bit more later, but now I'm gonna move to the next step. So my next step is using the pencil. I'm using the liner. So I'm using truffle liner. So it's brown, it's not glittery or anything, it's just a soft brown. So I'm gonna line, I'm just gonna lift up the outer corner of my eye and then I'm gonna smoke it out. So I'm going as if I'm going from the bottom. I'm going on the bottom lash line and then I'm lifting up. So I like to do little dashes to make sure you get the line right, and then you can make it a little more intense. But I'm just gonna do that first, go to this side. So this way you can make it a little more even. If you do too much on one side and then try to match it, you can have a nightmare of going back and forth. So do a little bit and then go to the other side. So same thing, I'm just going on that bottom lash line a little bit and then going up. Now I'm gonna put a little bit on the top. I'm gonna connect that line down to my lash line on the top. So I'm going in maybe about a quarter of the way. Like I'm not going halfway, but even if you do, it's okay. Like you do you, however much you want to do, it's fine. So I just drew it and kind of lifted right up to that outer corner. I'm gonna do this side now. So now you can see I did both eyes. I did maybe not even halfway, but almost connecting to that outer part. Now that you did the liner, I just went a little bit up on each side. You can do a little bit on the waterline if you want. A lot of times I do, I just go a little bit across. So you can do the waterline if you want, just a little bit. And now I'm going to take my crease brush again, and now we're gonna do a little bit on the outer corner. So now I'm gonna smoke it out a little bit. So I'm gonna take the brown, just using the tip. Sometimes I mix it with the pink. I just like to make it a little softer brown. You can always make it more intense after. So just picking up both colors, that little bit of brown. And now I'm just dabbing. I'm not brushing. I'm just dabbing right along that lash line. And you will get some fallout. A lot of times I don't for some reason when I do it myself, but when I record it, I always get fallout. but it's fine. It's a good thing that I'm doing it because I can show you how to pick it up really quick. So when you get a little bit of fallout, it's very easy to pick up. So I just take my powder brush, so it's a little angle, and what I do is I just flick it off. So I just flick it off and it's gone. So you don't have to do a lot of stuff to it. I flick it off and then I'll brush back and forth a little bit. So there may be a little powder left on here from before that I used. So it just removes it very easily. So let me go around to the other side. Same thing, picking up those two colors. And I'm just going in that outer corner. I'm not going up too high. I'm just going in that outer corner and going into that outer crease. I'm kind of angling down towards the lash line just a little bit. I'm not brushing a lot. I'm just dabbing it in that spot. So now I'm gonna flick it off. Flick off. So making sure there's no fallout. And we can clean up a little bit later just with a little bit of, just with a sponge and some powder, just to complete the look. So now I'm taking this brush. This is I never remember the names of my brushes, but I'll have everything down there. I think there's like the smoky shadow, smoky smudger, something like that. I love it because it's a little dense, a little stiff, but still flexible. So I use it to kind of smoke out the line underneath your eye and smoke out a little bit on the outer corner too. I like to use it a little damp, not really wet, just a little damp. So I'm gonna use a little water. So I'm just wetting the tip just a little bit. And now I'm gonna go into that brown again. So I'm gonna line a little bit underneath my eye. So I'm gonna use that brown and I'm gonna use this color. So I'm making it just with a little bit of shimmer, not much. So mixing those two colors. And now I'm just gonna go across the bottom lash line. I just went all the way across on the bottom lash line, so you can see it makes it a little smoky, but not really lined. So you can see the difference. Now I'm doing the other side. And it's okay, you don't have to be perfect because it's the smudgy line. You can always smooth it out later with that nude color. But don't worry, just get it right underneath. And you want it a little smudgy, a little smoky. I go right up to the edge too. I'm gonna do a little bit on the top. I'm gonna drag it across the top too. So I'm wetting the brush again. Picking up those two colors. And now I'm gonna do the same thing on the top. And I'm gonna start in the center. I'm gonna go in to the inner corner. So I started in the center and I'm just making little dashes. I know you won't be able to see it too much. I'm blocking it. I'm going into the inner corner and now I'm going, so now I've made a little bit of smudge on that whole line. So it doesn't look like a drawn line and where it starts and stops, it's just very continuous. And I know there's some fallout, but we can get it later. I'm gonna do the other side really quick. So that's the liner. I'm gonna just clean up just a little bit. One thing I wanted to show you, a little tip, is when you're trying to line your eyes, a lot of times I make an anchor. That means I'm holding down. This way I can just move the brush back and forth. If you try and do it just like that, sometimes you can get a little bit of like spastic moves. So if you make an anchor and just move your finger, it makes it so much easier. So you're just moving it like this with having an anchor down. So I do that a lot when I do my eyes. If you're gonna do your eyebrows, you can do that. And your lips, you can do it. So it makes it much easier. So you can be more in control. So right now I'm gonna take the nude powder. So I'm taking the nude, picking it up again on both sides of the brush, and I'm just dabbing a little bit right underneath, right up to that edge line. and kind of wiping so it doesn't, just in case, so you just wipe it just to smooth out that edge. So I'm going to do a little bit on this side too. And it really does add a little bit of brightness under your eyes. So I love it. I use this a lot. Don't be afraid of powder. I'll show you what you can do to smooth it out even more. The other thing I do with this is I do that inner corner because we really didn't put a lot of color right there. We kind of started in the middle. So I'm taking this color, the nude shadow, and I'm just gonna add it right inside, right in that corner going up. I'm gonna take a little bit more, putting it right on that corner and just dabbing it and going up on an angle. So just like that, it just finishes off the look a little bit. And I'm gonna go under the brow again, just a little bit. So that's the eyeshadow look. It's so simple, so easy to do, very nice. And you look like you have a little bit of makeup on, but not a lot. So now I'm gonna take my lash curler. I use this one. It's my favorite one. Had it for years, been selling them for years. My clients are obsessed, I'm obsessed, and it really works. So that's the thing about it, is it curls the lashes, it doesn't crimp them. So I just put the lashes in and kind of tilt back a little bit, and that's it. It works really well. Now mascara. So mascara time, I have October written on it. This way I know when I need to get a new one. Because if you don't remember, you're gonna end up hating your mascara and you're gonna be like, I used to love it. How come now I hate it? It's because it's old. You need to change it every 3 months. If you go 4 months, that's when you're gonna start hating it. So try and remember when you need to, or do what I do, right? Take a Sharpie and write on it so you know when to change it, when to get a new one. So mascara, I start at the base, go up. Very simple. I love this mascara. The brush is great and the formula is great. So I'm gonna do the other side. You can see how my eyes are absolutely more lifted. They have more lift to them and it makes my face just look brighter. So now I'm just gonna finish off with a little bit of powder. So I'm just smoothing out, just adding a little bit of powder. And don't be afraid of powder. I'll show you what you can do after you apply powder if you feel like it sits in the lines. My powder, it's actually a photochromatic powder. And I think what it means, it just has more of this one ingredient, which I really do like in a product. It's called Nylon 12. I used it in my eyeshadows, and I really think it made a big difference when I formulated my own. But the Nylon 12 in this powder just makes it go on smoother, and it doesn't sit in the lines. It doesn't sit and float around. It doesn't sit and like float around on your face like a regular powder. It actually sometimes helps your skin look less wrinkly. I'm gonna do a little bronzer and a little blush. And when I do my blush, this is also gonna help to lift. So the blush is also gonna help to lift as well. So I'm doing a little bit right on the apples of my cheeks. And you're gonna think it looks crazy when I first do it. And I'm going up towards the eye, right by the side of the eye. And I'm even gonna go right on top of the edge of it, right where we did that crease, because now we're lifting it up even more and matching the colors so it makes it look more natural. Doing a little bit above. There's not much left on the brush, and I really only put a tiny bit. Again, I don't smash. I just pick up a little bit right on the tip of it and put it exactly where I want it. So this way it's not brushing all over and just dabbing it on. Now I'm gonna take my powder brush that I just used. I'm not putting more powder on it, and I'm just gonna buff around. So now I'm just buffing it around to blend it in, to soften it. And now here's the little secret tip that I do. So now that I put all the powders on, I'm just taking my hands, there's nothing on my hands. I'll rub them together a little bit just to heat them up, warm them up a little bit, and I just press. And I just press down. I press wherever I feel like it may have made wrinkles a little more intense, or I just really like to press it in, because now I already have my healing oil on, my C serum, my healing oil, and my foundation. which is very hydrating as well. So pressing it in really helps to merge the products together so they sit better. So they don't sit like they're sitting on top of your skin. It's actually looking like it's part of your skin. My lips, I'm gonna do my favorite lip liner. My lips, I'm doing my favorite lip liner. It's embarrassingly low because I can't find my other one. It's my Rescue Me. I use it all the time, so clearly I do use it all the time because it's so tiny. So I'm just gonna line my lips. Doing a lot of videos lately, I realized I need to wax my lip. Who am I? I don't take care of myself anymore. I need to wax my lip. It makes like a shadow. Like, I don't care what you do. If you let your hair grow, that's fine. But for me, I don't like it. And I noticed that there's like a little shadow over there. I've been enjoying my summer too much. Been going swimming every day and not taking care of myself. So now I'm going to use this color that's so beautiful. Actually, I'm gonna mix two colors together, but I'm gonna show you this one first. So this is Sweetie Pie. Love it. It's just a nice, it's gonna give me a little bit of color, but nothing too much. So it has a little bit of pink. It looks very Barbie pink in the, you know, just like this, but it really doesn't show up like that. It just has like a nice nude pink lip. So really cool. So that's Sweetie Pie, which I really like. I like it with the whole look. I feel like it just adds a little bit. It still makes it look very natural, but just a little bit of color, so a little bit of fun. I'm gonna add a little bit of my Simply Naked, I think it's called, I can't remember anything. So this one, Simply Naked, it's just like a nude. It's a nice nude color, so I can wear this without it looking like concealer on my lips. So I can use it by itself, but today I'm gonna mix it with this color. I have Nearly Naked and Sweetie Pie on my lips and Rescue Me lip liner. I have Natural Beauty on my eyes, and I have Nearly Naked with Sweetie Pie and a little bit of my Rescue Me lip liner. So that's the look. I really love it. I think it's just a very soft, natural, wear anywhere look. If you don't want to add that extra shimmer, you can just use the product just as it is. You don't have to add the extra shimmer, but that's it. I hope you like it. Make some comments below. Let me know if you think I should have done something different, or did you like it? Do you not like the look? Did you like the first color or the combination? Let me know. Make some comments below. I'm gonna be doing a lot more videos, trying to make them quick. That's why I'm not really talking about anything else. I'm just trying to get the look done and move on. So I'm gonna do the other looks coming up and make some comments, like and subscribe, and I'll see you at the next episode. Thanks, bye.